Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for another page in our altered books. Here is the project we will be working on today. I'm starting by covering my whole page with a layer of Mod Podge and torn book pages. You'll notice as we move through the piece that I will actually be covering up all of this. I use this as simply bonding with my piece. I'm not concerned with being able to see all these pages. Now I am going in with some white gesso and a palette knife, and I'm spreading that all over the page. Again, as I previously stated, you'll see here I am covering up that book text. Giving it a quick smash. Smushing that in there, and you're going to see that we're going to get a lot of fun texture here from pulling these two pages apart. Then I go in with my first paint color, and I'm spreading this around again with a palette knife. I'm choosing not to do a brush here. Choosing not to use a brush here because I am not looking for smooth strokes. I am looking for this sort of chunky, choppy texture here. And especially now that you can see I'm laying down a piece of paper, I'm mushing that down, and then we're gonna pull this up and you'll see all the little peaks and valleys that have been created. Now for our second color, just a deeper shade of green. And we're going back in with that palette knife, just pushing everything around. I'm building some more layers on my page by adding some torn magazine pages, and these are just various shades and images of green. And I'm going back over again with Mod Podge. And now I'm going to hit this with some some sandpaper. I'm smoothing the edges, binding the piece to itself, making it, very cohesive. Now I'm going in with the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide, adding just even more color here. Now I'm using some little individual alphabet letter rubber stamps and black StazOn ink. And I should have mentioned this earlier, but it does kind of go without saying once you start working into the piece with paint and Mod Podge and all different kinds of pigments and mediums, to definitely let each of your layers dry in between. And then here we're going in with the Dylusions Shimmer Spray. And then here I decided to do a light brush with a paintbrush. The Distress Oxide is not waterproof. You can see it moving around there. That's why I'm going very light with that paintbrush. I'm trying not to push it around too much. And as I mentioned before, you want to let all the layers dry before you move on. And I apologize here, I completely failed and did not show you the entire process of my creating my focal point. I'm sorry about that. And here I actually put Mod Podge on the back of my entire focal point rather than putting Mod Podge over the entire page, because as I stated earlier, with the Distress ink, and I'm pretty sure with even the Dilution Shimmer Spray, that would all move around now if I were to put Mod Podge over the top. And then I'm just pushing that focal point down with a piece of paper and just applying pressure, trying to get it all evenly distributed while also not getting Mod Podge all over my fingers. And then here you can see I am now going in with a Stabilo pencil, and the Stabilo is actually activated by water, so you can see, you can't really see me actually looking at my finger, but when you see my hand moving back and forth, that is me actually just sort of spitting and smudging and grunging up the piece a bit. And now I've got a white Posca paint pen, and I'm just adding a little bit of dots and fun to the piece. And now I am using a glue stick to attach cute little sayings onto my page. I collect these from magazine pages, advertisements sometimes. It depends on if I see anything that kind of sits well with me. I'll just cut it out and put it in a little bin and save it. And here I'm actually using a black Posca pen. As always, the products that I'm using will be listed in the description box below. And I am now gently just trying to scuff things up a bit with my sandpaper. Then I'm gonna hit these edges with my black StazOn ink pad. You can see I really enjoy the grungy look. Really ties in the whole page. Makes it look really cohesive. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you on the next one. Bye, guys.